really interesting because if you place one hand on top of the other, the inference is that you're trapping. You are trapping the opponent's hand, which has already grabbed you. Okay? So Joseph said, so if Joseph is grabbing me here, which I could have maybe like, no, and he just grabbed it because he wants to punch with the other hand. Right? So it's quite a common scenario. Now, if he is holding, the first thing we need to think of is trapping. Right? And so that mimics your opening move. Now, the first thing you have to do is obviously move away from this weapon. So we're actually going to move this way. Alright? And at the same time, if you trap there, see I've created one bend in his wrist. And I'm almost cutting with the knife hand part of my hand. Yeah? So the first thing is your rotation creates one bend. Then these fingers create the second bend, or actually three, because his knees bent as well. Let's call it three. Okay? And then obviously from here, multiple strikes. Okay? And in some ways, if you don't take it down quite so low, the hand on top is free to strike all the way through. And this is free to pull at the same time. Right? So you have two opposing forces at the same time. Okay? And then, of course, you have an elbow to follow.
I think the beauty of that takedown is the intent.
It is. If Joseph did this, then I would need to create one bend this way and the second bend there. So I've basically reversed my hands. And the key is you need the hand you place on top to trap is the only one you can strike with. So if you are moving to the right in your form, you can only have the right hand on top if you want to strike and hold and elbow. If you're doing the form mirror image, you would start left hand on top and then you can strike. And you can see this is quite obvious really, because from here, as I rotate away, create the first bend, the second bend, there. This hand, I can't strike. I'm trapped still with this hand. This one is free. Right? So you can only strike with the hand that you have on top. Okay? So what you can't do, which many people try to do, is to have the trapping hand on top and then strike with the hand underneath.
That is quite common in some of the Naihanchi.
99%.
Yeah.
We are the 1%. Right? So you need the striking hand on top. So the next one, what we could do is use this trapping movement without him grabbing. So maybe he just wants to punch instead. Okay? So he wants to punch, but you see I've still gone into cross-leg stance. Because remember, the line of energy for Naihanchi is side on. Side on to the attacker. So you'll always, or most times, he'll be facing, yeah? But then you need to, if you're using Naihanchi, you need to rotate into cross leg, and then you can move into your Naihanchi movement. Okay, and that's how you get this movement as well. Okay, so on the inside, you've got your normal Russian parry, but with that rotation. You can strike out with a heavy energy here. You can control, elbow strike. You can pull across, and
which is
the next bit. Yeah. Okay, so try that on the inside of the opponent. Good, carry on. So here, there's your rotation. Instead of thinking strike here, just use it for support.
And you're grabbing the back of his
It doesn't matter over much because you've controlled this anyway. Right? And you can even do the strike with the step. So there. Yeah. Once again, maybe go to the other side. There, reach out, if they're trying the outside of the opponent. You've got to turn somehow to get up here, so you might as well hit.
And then you want to be facing it because you don't want to be on the side.
You're not vulnerable because you've already covered this arm. All he can think of doing from there, and you come round.
Yeah, all he's going to do
back elbow. That's why you continue this side. You don't want to go there because then you're still going here. So you go in that side. One last point to do maybe. Sometimes you can confuse yourself thinking, is he going to punch this hand, which way do I need to go? Alright? So if Stuart is, and you only want to say you're really strong on this side, yeah? Then if Stuart's punching with his right hand, I can go this way. Right? So I can go this way and then I'm on the outside and you can do the strikes on the outside. So you, once again, so you can go there, you can do your elbow, you can move around. But if he chooses, maybe he's going to trick you and he wants to punch with his left hand just the same, and we will just go exactly the same. But this time, you're doing this one here. Alright? So you can go whichever way you want. Right? So you can be, if he's punching with his right hand, and I like to go to my right, then I can just move in this way. If he punches with his left, I still like to go to my right, but I'm now just on the outside. So I'm going around this way. Okay? So you don't have to confuse yourself. Which hand is he going to punch with? It doesn't matter. Which way are you going to move? Do I have to change when you punch? You can't do that.
Because it just takes, it's a split second reaction.
It has to be natural. Yeah? Okay.